Hello students, today we will start with Unit 3, that is Bash Shell of the Linux administration. Subject code is CMP 515. Okay, so today we will start with Unit 3, Introduction. An operating system is an interface between the hardware and user. Okay, it is interface between hardware and user. In other words, it is collection of programs which provides basic utilities to the user. If you want to use hardware to do some task, you need to tell to the operating system what you want to do. For example, it may be addition of two numbers, opening some of the files or the softwares. Then question will come in your mind how to talk with the operating system. The answer is you need to give command to the operating system, and the operating system program which will help us to give this command to an operating system is a shell. In other words, what is shell? Shell is an interface through which we can use the operating system services. A shell, it hides all the complex details of the operating system, specifically kernel, which is the lowest level or core component of any operating systems. Next, we will see what is bash shell. Bash is the unique shell and command language written by Brian Fox in 1989. It offers more functions over SH shell for both types of users, that is programmers and the end users. In addition, most SH scripts can be run by bash as it is. The important feature of bash includes command line editing, unlimited size commands history, job control, shell functions, alliances, indexed arrays of unlimited size, integer arithmetic in any base from 2 to 64. It has been used widely as the default login shell for many Linux distributions. Usual bash key sequence. Sometimes you will enter a command from the bash command line and nothing, or something totally unexpected will happen. If that occurs, it is good to know that some key sequences are available to perform basic bash management tasks. Here is short list of the most useful of these key sequences. Suppose first, the key sequences is Control plus C. This key sequence to quiet the command that is not responding. Okay. Then Control plus D. This key sequence is used to send the end of the file signal to the command. Control R. This is reverse search feature. When used, it will open the reverse I search prompt. Control Z. Some people use Control Z to stop the particular command. Okay. Control A, this keystroke brings the cursor to the beginning of the current command line. Control B, this moves the cursor to the end of the current command line. For one minute. So working with basic Linux commands, Linux have hundred of commands. We can categorize them. Some of the categorized as follows. One is system related commands to view the manage Linux system related information. Hardware related commands are used to view and manage hardware related aspects of the Linux machine. Static related commands to use or to view various kinds of stats of the Linux system. User related commands. This command is used to manage the Linux users. File related commands to handle the different files and directories. Process related commands used to handle Linux processes. File permission related commands. These commands are used to change the permission of the file. Network related commands are used to view and edit network configurations related aspects of the system. And there are many more commands. To execute these commands, you need to open the terminal. It also known as console, the shortcut key to open the terminal. Okay, shortcut key to open the terminal is Control Alt and E. This is the shortcut key. Control plus Alt plus T to open the terminal. PWD, okay. There are some basic commands we need to in terminal like PWD. It is Linux. PWD is a command to print the name of the current or working directory. Okay, to print the name of the current or working directory. The command is PWD. ILS. This command is for to list the files and directories from the current directory. Okay, to list files and directories from current directories. LS command. Then next command, MK directory, that is make directory. Okay, here you can see the mkdir. Okay, to create the directory on the Linux, we can use make directory command. Then stat, okay, start is command which will give memory storage. This command gives the memory storage information about the file and last access information of this file. Okay, then here you can see the following demo is given. Then touch command, this command is used for manipulating the timestamps of the files. Create any empty file or create a file with particular timestamp. Then rm command. Okay, next command is rm command. When you have to delete the any file or directory, then this command is used. Rm command. Here you can see the rm pp.txt. When you have to remove the pp.txt file, then you use the rm command and the file name. Okay. Then who command, that is who command, is a tool print information about users who are currently logged in. Okay, it will gives the information who are on the currently login. Okay, alias command, this command lets us give your over name to a command or sequence of the commands. Then cat command, this is short for concat. Okay, list the content of the files to the terminal window. If we specify only one file name with it, if we specify two file name with cat command, okay, it will join the both file in concat form to do actual concatenation of the two files. Then cd command is used for the changing from root to my directory. Okay, MIDR directory. When you have to change, then cd command is used. Echo command, it prints the string of the text to the terminal window. Man command, this man command is the most important source information available for use of Linux command is man, which is short for the system programmer's manual. When you have to search for manual, then this command is used. Command name is man, man. Okay, for manual. Man rm, when you have to search for the particular command, like rm command is for what, then you can search as man and space then rm command. Okay, this will give the information about the rm command. These are different commands like uname, cat, we have seen the cat, uptime, host name. Okay, then last reboot, to have reboot, it will use the reboot information. Date, it shows the current date and time. Cal, it shows the calendar of the current month. W, who is logging on and what are they doing, who am I, It shows the current user ID, who am I, okay, this command. Then shutdown command, it shut downs the system, okay. Then free minus m, isub, there are different commands. So you have to read this, like VM stat displays the virtual memory statistics, IO stat displays the input output statistic, LIS OF list all the open files belonging to all active processes, okay. Then we have seen the who command, it shows who is logged on the system. PS is for currently active processes, it will give the information about currently active processes. Kill PID kills the process with mentioned PID. Then top command, it displays all running processes and CPU memory usage, okay. Now we have studied all the different commands and their usages, okay. Now we will start with working with directories. How we work with directories. In Linux, every program has some pre-decided location to store it. Let's say some programs are located under bin directory or SBIN directory or user directory. Okay. You may ask question why this is so. What is the difference between all these directories? Let us understand the Linux file system structures and understand the meaning and use of every directories. Okay. So here are different directories like bin directories. It uses binaries. SBin directory for system binary. etc for configuration files. Dev is when you connect to any particular device, then it will display in the directory as DEV, dev directory, devices files. Var directory for temporary files directory, process information, user files, home directories, boot directory. Okay, all these are different directories. MID media, this will shows the removable disk directories. Okay, so first one, main directory is root directory. Okay, on every file and directory starts from the root directory, the topmost directory in the file hierarchy, root directory. Okay, this is the main directory we have. Like when in Windows we see the C drive is for main directory. Okay, so here the root directory is the main directory or topmost directory in file hierarchy, root directory. Only the root users of the system has written right under this directory. So next is bin directory. This directory contains binary executables. Okay. SBin, this is system binary, same as bin, also contains binary executables. etc, there are different configuration files which are comes under etc directory. Okay, required by all programs. Then DEV device files, here all the device files are comes under DEV directory. Process informations, okay, this comes under this directory. Where TMP temporary files directory that contains temporary files created by system and users. User programs contains binaries, libraries, documentation, source code for second level programs. Okay. Home directories. Home directories for all users to store their personal files. For example, home, then John, name as home, Nikita, home, their name, any directory which is or users directory. Okay, boot directory, boot loaded files are stored under this boot. Okay, boot directory. Then lib system libraries are stored under lib. Then MNT, that is mount directory, temporary mount directory where system admins can mount the file system. Then media directory is removable media devices, temporary mount directory for removable devices. Like when you insert any CD, media or floppy drives or CD recorders, CD writers, then this comes under media directory. Okay, we have studied some of the file and directory handling commands like make directory, that is MIDR. This is the command to create the directory. LS command which shows different list of the directories. Okay, so now we will see there are many options which can use with more commands. To know this, use man pages. Okay, there are when we want any information regarding any command, then we use a manual, that is MAN command. Okay, the following are the list of the files and directories related commands with its uses. LSAL. Okay, display all the information about file and directories. Then the command is LSAL. When we have to move the file, then we use the command as mv file1 and file2. It moves the files from one place to another, or rename the file1 to file2. Then head file, tail file, gpg minus c file, it encrypts the file, or when we have to decrypt the file, then these commands are used. When you have to sort the files in alphabetical order, then sort command is used, SORT. Okay, unique command, it compares the adjacent lines in the files or removes or reports any duplicate lines. Then UNIQ command is used. WC command, it counts number of words or the lines in the particular page. Okay, then WC command. CHMOD command, it changes the permission of file to octal. Okay, CD command. Okay, CD command, it changes when you have to change the directory, then CD command is used. Next is piping and redirection. One of the most powerful feature of the Linux command line is the piping and the redirection option. Piping is used to send the result of one command to another command, and redirection sends the output of the command to a file, may or may not be regular file, but it can also be device file. Okay. Here you can see the example. This example will help you to understand how a pipe is used to add functionality to a command. So, um, when you have to execute command in a given sequence, open a shell, uses SU to become the root, enter the root password. Once you log in as a root in the command, then hit enter. This command provides you list of the processes that are currently running on your computer. Okay, there are different commands. It explained to understand. Okay, this is the information about some of the commands during piping. Next is redirection, sends the result of the one command to a file. While this file can be a text file, it can also be a special file like device file. Okay, here you can see the different command examples, how to execute and how to run the command. So next is editing files with VI. If you want to use VI, understand that it works like editors is modality. Most programs or editors has very simple UI, user interface, in which it accepts the input, placing it at the cursor. But VI has different modes. When you will start VI, you will be in normal mode, which is actually a command mode. When you are in normal mode, whatever you type is considered not to be input but command. VI will try to execute that command. It is like command line interface. When you type the particular command, then it will execute and run the command in VI. Saving and quitting the command. After coming back to command mode, you need to use the appropriate command to save your work. The most commonly used command is WQ. To exit the VI without saving changes, hit escape, ensures you are in normal mode, and then type Q. Okay. Cut, copy, paste. How to cut, copy, paste? When it comes to editing any file, the three most useful operation we will perform are cut, copy, paste, right? To cut or copy the content of a file is easy. You can use the V command, okay, which enters visual mode. In visual mode, you can select a block of text. After selecting the block, you can cut, copy or paste it, okay. Visual mode, you have to select the visual mode and then you can select the particular text and you can edit that text, okay. Cut command will remove the selection, place it in buffer memory. Use Y to copy the selection. First, use D to cut the selection text. D is for cut, then Y to copy, and P to paste. P for paste, Y for copy, and D for cut the given text. Okay. When you have to delete the particular text, in VI, there are many methods that can be used to delete text with VI. The easiest is from insert mode. Just use the delete and backspace keys to get rid of the text you like. Okay, you have to use delete and backspace. You can also use X to delete a single character. When you have to delete a single character, then you can use the key as X. Okay. Managing different softwares, Red Hat Enterprise Linux and many other Linux distribution group their software together in packages. Okay. This is Red Hat packages. It is considered an RPS package manager. Okay. This is all about the RPM packages. It's provided by the Red Hat. Next is querying software. Once software installed, when you install the Linux operating software, different softwares, then additional information about software installed on your system. In addition, querying RPM packages also helps you to solve the specific problems with the packages. So these are different query options for install packages like query command. In query command, RPM minus QL package name, it lists all the files in the packages. RPM minus QC configuration files in package name. QD for all documentation files in the package name. Extracting files, when we have to in RPM packages, it process how to extract the files for our RPM packages. Okay. And copy them to the original place of the file on your system. First, we have to extract and then copy this to the original file places of the files on your system. So this is about the unit 3 of the Linux administration. Subject code is 515. Next, we will start with the unit 4, users and groups. Okay. Thank you, everyone.